One of the new features of Google Plus is Google Hangouts. Hangouts are a way to make a connection with someone else inside of Google Plus and then have the ability to do things such as video conference, chat, share your computer screen, or voice calling. Google Hangouts are a great way to get a group of people together if you're in multiple locations. To access Google Hangouts, we will start in Google Plus, and you can get to your Google Plus page at any time in two ways. First, you have to be logged into your Google account, and you'll see a plus sign along with your name. You could click on this link, or you could go to your apps menu and find the Google Plus icon. Both ways will bring you to your Google Plus homepage. Now think of this page as a social networking experience that's not all that different from Facebook or LinkedIn, where you can have a profile, you can post text or images and connect with people and add them to what Google Plus calls different circles. We won't go too much more into Google Plus because that's a whole nother conversation. But let's continue on talking about Hangouts. Now, if I wanted to start a Hangout from here in Google+, the quick way to do that would be to come over to the right-hand side of the page, and I have my list of contacts, and there is a Start a Google Hangout link that is right there on the bottom. I could press this green button, and that would launch me into the options page for the Hangout that I want to start. But while you're getting used to using Google Plus and Google Hangouts, I would suggest to come instead up to the upper left-hand corner, and if you hover over this home icon, it will drop down a whole nother set of options for you. The one that I'm interested in is the Hangouts option. That will bring me to a page that is my home base for all of my Hangouts. Now, there are two different kinds of Hangouts that you can initiate or join. Both have mostly the same features, but let's talk about the biggest difference between the two. We have a video Hangout and we have a Hangout on Air. Now, Hangouts on Air incorporate everything that the video Hangout does, and we're going to go through all of those features in just a second. But I just want to explain what the difference is. Hangouts on Air is meant to be something where you are streaming either yourself talking or a group talking live. So this is not a private invitation. This is more of a webinar style feature that Google offers to you. So you could embed this stream, let's say, into a website or into a Facebook page, and it will also record it to be live on your Google Plus page, as well as recording it and putting a copy of it onto your YouTube page. Now, there are advanced settings that you have to go through in order to host a live event, so let's bring it back to the more simple version of Hangouts, which is a video Hangout. I just want to describe the difference between the two before we go any further. So if I click on my Video Hangouts tab, it will bring me to a Hangouts page. Now, if I were invited to other Hangouts that are happening right now, I would have a list of them here. Or if there are some that are already in progress, I would be able to choose which Hangout would I like to go into and participate in. But what I'm interested in showing you right now is how to start your own Hangout. So I'll come to this Start a Video Hangout button, and a new window will open. And it brings you directly to an options page. Now, the very top of this page has a link, and the link is something that you can use to send to other people to invite them to your Hangout. Why would I want to do this by link? Well, let's say I'm creating an event in my calendar, and it's from a week from now. I don't really want to start the Hangout now, but maybe I want to put the link in that invitation so that when that meeting starts, all of the participants or the people that you've invited can click on this link and it will bring them automatically to your Hangout. In this case, I'm probably going to want to invite people directly because let's say my purpose is to have an impromptu staff meeting. I could include a message here, maybe describing why I'd like to have the meeting or if there's a specific agenda. And then down just below that, I can start to add names. So I can start to type in names of people that I would like to invite. Now, down just a little bit further, you will notice a message that says this video call is restricted to people at FIT. It's not really restricted to people at FIT, but it will ask you and warn you, are you sure that you want to add somebody that's outside of the community? And the reason for that is that if you're talking about something that's school related or confidential, you want to be very careful of who you invite into a Hangout. So if you do invite an outside person from outside of the FIT community, there will be a window that will show up in your Hangout, alerting other participants that there is somebody from outside the community attending your meeting. One of the other options that is a good one, and it is checked off by default, is this quiet invitation. option, that means that if somebody else is currently logged into their Google account, it won't ring, it won't cause an alarm or an indicator to let them know that they've been invited to a Hangout. If you unchecked this, that means that it will actually ring like a phone on somebody's either their desktop or their handheld device to let them know that you're inviting them. Sometimes you might want that, but just to let you know, by default, that will be checked off for a quiet invitation. So I could click invite, and this is going to bring me into, my Google Hangout. So it lets me know that my invitation was posted to those that I invited, and very, very quickly, I'm just going to go through some of the options here. I want to focus over on the things on the left-hand side. The first one being this first option to open a chat window. When I click on that, my little video stream kind of comes down here to the bottom, and I opened up a chat window. Now this is helpful to have chat within a Hangout if somebody doesn't have access to a webcam or to a microphone. For instance, I've got a headset on, which even though is extraordinarily geeky, it is the best way to capture audio, and if I had other people around me, they wouldn't be disturbed by listening to my Hangout. So chat, again, I could add text here, and that allows somebody to participate who maybe doesn't have a microphone or a camera. They could still watch what was going on because this is, of course, all via the internet. The next one under chat is this green button that is called screen share. This is extraordinarily helpful. I can choose from a variety of either I want to share my computer screen with somebody, which is my desktop, or also it lets me choose from all of the open windows that I have on my computer right now. This is great for doing a demonstration or for troubleshooting. If somebody's having a problem, at least you can see what they're doing. Moving on down the list over on the left-hand side, Capture just does that. It's a screenshot of what's going on your Hangout at the moment. Google Effects I won't go into. It allows you to put a different backdrop behind you. You can make it look like you're sitting on the beach or, in various places. So that's really more for fun. The one down next to it, though, however, is the whiteboard. If I click on that, it will open a whiteboard where anybody that is participating in the Hangout will have the ability to write or draw. This could be very helpful for mind mapping or creating a chart of some sort. So again, another very useful tool. And then the last one is the Google Hangout toolbox. Again, lots of other features to explore within the toolbox. So I am going to go up to the top of my screen, and at the moment I am going to choose to leave the call, which will bring me back to my Hangouts page. And I know this is a very quick introduction to Hangouts, but it is really worth taking a look at and playing around with, just becoming comfortable with the settings, and hopefully you'll find some really fantastic ways to use this.